चल हो जा शुरू।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो पतवारा हुआ रे।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
We now shift our focus to the ground situation in Jammu and Kashmir. It's been 72 hours. There have been 3 attacks. We all know what happened in Reasi, where innocents, Hindu pilgrims in particular, who were attacked in that bus, and 9 lives that were lost, including that of an infant. Followed by what happened in Kathua. The intent was to attack civilians again, but since the terrorists were unsuccessful in that, they went on to attack the top cops of Jammu and Kashmir. And right after, what happened in Doda, where an army checkpost was attacked and 3 security personnel who were injured. The situation certainly tensed in Jammu and Kashmir, and back-to-back meetings that have been happening to discuss the security situation. Forces have launched an all-out operation to avenge the attack. Needless to say, there are several challenges that they face in the hilly terrains as they continue to nab the terrorists and further search that is on. Now remember, one terrorist who was neutralized in this operation, and it was literally a narrow escape for the top cops in Kathua that they survived. But reports of infiltration that have been continuing, and how the enemy has been infiltrating terrorists on the Indian side who are responsible for the terror attacks. So we're putting out those details on the 9th of June in Reasi, where a bus that carried Hindu pilgrims, terrorists went on to fire on that bus, and the intent was to kill the driver so the bus would lose control and fall into the gorge. Exactly what happened. 9 unfortunately were killed and 41 who were injured. Now, while that happened on the 9th of June, on the 11th of June in Kathua, that is yesterday, it was at a village near the international border where a park terrorist was neutralized. But remember, it was a very narrow escape for 2 of the top cops of the Jammu and Kashmir police, whose vehicle was attacked, their carcade was attacked, and thankfully it was bulletproof. So they could manage to escape, and in the nick of time, they also neutralized that terrorist, but a very narrow escape. Similarly, on the 11th of June itself in Doda, where an army checkpost was attacked, and 3 security personnel who have been injured in this attack. Let me cut across to Gursimran and Arawat, who have been getting us the situation on the ground. Very good morning to both of you. Gursimran, if I can come to you first, because I believe you are getting us the latest from Kathua. You have been interacting with a lot of officers there, and they are now planning to what the next step is, not just in terms of the operations that are underway and how they are planning to nab terrorists, but the security apparatus that has been heightened to ensure that any other bid to infiltrate terror or cause these kind of terror attacks can be thwarted then and there. Do tell us what's happening.
See, what the Jammu and Kashmir police has done, that they have taken up the matter with the border security force, that the infiltration of the terrorists is taking place from the international border, and this is not a standalone incident that has taken place. Earlier also the infiltration has taken place from the international border in the Kathua Samba sector, which is guarded by the border security force, and that's why the heightened vigil is being maintained at the border. But the fact remains that the infiltration has taken place, and the yesterday's attack on the civilians, that was thwarted timely. However, one CRPF Jawan was martyred in today's morning encounter when the firing broke out at around 3 in the morning. One terrorist has been neutralized, no doubt to it, a Pakistani terrorist carrying 1 lakh Indian currency, the Pakistani made magazines, the e-tables along with the IEDs, 3 live grenades and magazines with them has been killed by the security forces. But this is really a concern, that how the terrorists from the Pakistan are getting into the Indian territory, and they are being supplied with a huge cache of arms and ammunition, and the e-tables that have been provided to them clearly hints at a longer haul, a longer stay of these terrorists in the hinterland. They were here to establish a base. However, they were timely spotted and neutralized by the Kathua police, which is in the one of the finest operations that we have seen in last 3 to 4 years in the Jammu region, where without initial collateral damage, a terrorist has been brought down. Though there has been a collateral damage at a later stage, but the operations are still underway and the manhunt is on for the second terrorist that is said to be injured and to neutralize him at an earliest.